everyone, how are you all? Thank you for joining me today. Isn't it warm? Wow, we're sat in here absolutely melting. Not going to complain, no complaints. Hope it lasts forever. I know a lot of you don't like the sunshine though. So welcome to the live studio everybody. If you are tuning in for the first time, my name is Tony Darrick and I'm a guest presenter over on Create and Craft. And the studio is a lovely place to come where you can grab some inspiration, take it away, twist it, turn it and make whatever you wish. It's just a great big turning wheel that we all share with each other. So if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and the little HD button on there gives you the better viewing experience if it's a little bit buffering or maybe a bit crackly. And don't forget to comment, and if you did like the video, click the like button after the live show. This gives us a wider reach over on YouTube, and our channel is growing so fast. As you can see, we get more viewers every single day. We see new names every single day. And even if you don't come to buy the products, that's absolutely fine. You can use whatever you've got in your stash to replicate or do as you please. There are no rules with this channel. Obviously, there is one big rule, and that is you must be kind, whatever the circumstances. And you all are kind. I shouldn't have to tell you that, but if you are new to the channel, it's a lovely, kind place where we all help each other. It's fabulous. And I think that once you come once, you'll probably never look back. If you are on Facebook, I do post a picture of the makes after studio, and then if you want to pop a comment below, let me know if you want me to do anything else in studio. Did it inspire you? Show us your makes. I know a few of you did do the magic card yesterday, which is fab, using some flowers, and just amazing, absolutely amazing. And you were really quick too. I was like, before I'd even got collected Tom and got home, there was already one on there. I think it was from Tracy Bohemi. Is Tracy on today? Well done, Tracy. She did say she was scratching her head quite a little bit doing it, but once she'd done it, she thoroughly enjoyed it. So welcome to the channel, everybody. Hi, Helen. Hi, Deborah, Anne, Joe, Lynn, Anne, Adele, Susan. So many of you. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you for coming in out of the garden as well, because it is warm, isn't it, today? Check me out. I've got a dress on. What's all that about, hey? Little frock, as my mum would have said. You've got a little frock on today, sweetheart. So I just wanted to just pop a little comment on about something that Helen said on the live chat there, and it's so true, and I just want to revisit it in the sense that Helen's popped on there about life becoming really materialistic, and you know, this sort of lockdown and this difficult time has made us go back to our roots and realise that, you know, not everything's about what you've got in front of you, it's about what's in here and the people that are around you that matter. And Helen, you just writ it perfectly in there, you know, so thank you for that. And I hope a lot of you feel the same as the rest of us, that, you know, it has put the brakes on, it has made us appreciate what's important and what is not important. And I know that a lot of you have found solace in your craft, which has also been brilliant too. And a lot of you have been digging out all your stash that you've bought for many years, put the brakes on a little bit and appreciated what you've actually got in your hand already. So well done, everybody. Great one, that one, Helen. Thank you so much. So, in a couple of things to tell you about. So, excuse me. So, Facebook Live, if you go to the search engine and pop FBL in, there is some new products loaded on there. I'm not going to tell you because there's quite a bit being loaded on, new bits. However, these palettes, there is a few of those being loaded on. Please don't crash my website. If you pop it FBL into the search engine and you go all the way down, there is a variation of colours. Take your pick. Don't fight. If they sell out, I have more coming next week. As you can imagine, the air freight is really expensive, so I had to break it down a little bit, but we have more coming, so if you don't make it, don't worry about it. But I do know a lot of you are waiting for this specific palette that I use every single day, so they are in there. Also, great news, which will be music to a lot of your ears, because I know a lot of you invested a lot of money in these. We have had a delivery of brand new books. So our watercolour books, your mixed media books, so many new books. So if you go to our website, go down the left hand side, click in books, have a nosy at what we've loaded on there today. I know a lot of you sit down with your books and paint and take out the vellum inserts, trace the image and practice your painting. We've loaded so many on there. I have actually cherry picked. I think we had about 30 different books delivered today, and I did take 2 myself. Just 2. I have to be good, you know, and I've popped them in my little watercolouring drawer, ready for when I do get a little bit of downtime. So have a nosy at those as well. I know a lot of you are waiting for a specific book to come back in, and I made sure that I ordered more of those. With the lockdown, we were unable to make any orders, but we've got some now, which is great. So if you do like your books, go and check those out too. I think that's all I've got to tell you. Shall we craft? Caroline, Enid, Julie, hi Amanda, hi Aaron. I hope you're all well. You are all well. You're always well. So, and stamp today. So we did the magic card yesterday. I hope it's encouraged you to try. Maybe my cards have fallen over, look. Must be the heat or the melting them. So I hope it's encouraged you to maybe try something a little bit different. Don't forget you can post your makes in our Eureka fan page. But today I'm going to use the hands, and we're going to do the Aurora Borealis type style card with a twist. So I think this specific lady, I can't remember the lady's name, hopefully she's on, fingers crossed, has asked me 3 times, please, 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 I missed it, can you do it, can you do it? So I thought, right, this is an opportunity to mix this stamp up and maybe create something Christmas-fied. Christmassy-fied, can we do that? We can. Can you just, Nate, if you are asking a question and I miss it, Nathan's going to take a note. So can you just make a note of Carol Clark on there, just so I can chase that for Carol. Thank you, Nathan. And love to you all as well, Deb. We're all looking after each other. It's still not over, but we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel, aren't we? So let's use this lovely stamp. And today I'm going to be using the watercolours. If you don't have watercolours, it will work with your pens and your pencils. If you don't have these watercolours, use whatever you've got in your stash. If you've got acrylic and gouache, that will work as well. All you need to do is dilute it down a little bit more. So add more water to get the translucent effect so you can see through. So, piece of watercolour card. So for this effect, now if you haven't got watercolour card, it does work on normal white cardstock. However, the results are better if you do. It does work on white cardstock. Just don't oversaturate it so that your cardstock begins to pill. So when I mean that, I mean like you get like a grain and it starts coming away. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to stamp our lovely stamp in a waterproof ink. Now then, where's that? Oh, just one second, I'm just going to grab my Eureka. We need to stamp it out in a waterproof ink pad. So I'm going to be using my VersaFine today. So if you're using watercolours, this is the one that you need. Let's just get it in shot there for you. Just make a bit of space. There we go. So I'm just going to pop this piece of watercolour card in here, hold it in place with my magnet, and then we're going to grab the stamp. And I'm just placing my hands. You can go a little bit. So if we're doing the Aurora Borealis sky, I think the more colour you have up here would be better. So let's pull our hands down a little bit, not too much though. About, let's go there. Okay. Pick that up. Now what I'm going to do, because we're going to watercolour in this heart, I don't really want the black underneath. So the quick fix problem for that, for me, is I'm going to stamp out the hands, and it doesn't matter if I get a bit of black on my image, because we're going to watercolour over it. So I'm going to take it up to the hands and on this side. So let's get our hands stamped in first. If you think, oh, I've got a bit too much black on there, that's okay. Just grab some tissue and take it away. It's not a great shake to take it off. If you take it off your fingers, we'll just repeat the stamping, put it back in. Just get rid of some of that black on that heart. Clean my door too while we're at it, because it is absolutely disgusting. So let's stamp the hands. And hopefully we'll have a nice print. I'm just going to do them one more time because I'm sort of losing the thumbs a little bit there. So let's just go back on and just get a clearer impression on those thumbs. And I'm just going to use my tissue again, just in case I've got lots of black on there. But it doesn't matter if we get a bit of black on our heart, it doesn't matter at all. There we go, I'm happy with that one. So without moving anything, I just need a little impression of the heart here so we can follow it with our watercolours. So let's see if I've got a light coloured ink pad. In fact, I have. I've got a purple, a fuchsia one here, look, which I'm just going to lightly stamp because that's the colour I'm going to use for my heart. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly stamp out this heart, just so I don't want it to, it doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to watercolour over it, but I need the shape so I can follow the shape. There we go, I've got my shape now. So this is where we can have some fun. So Generation inks, once they're dry, they're permanent, which is great because it won't bleed if I add the water. So let's just move this stamp out of the way. And we'll take our artwork out for now because we're going to play with some colour now. Have we all got a cup of tea? So Paula, there is no difference. The only difference is, sweetheart, that the cases are different. So mine's this colour green here. There's a peach, there's a lime green, and I think there's a blue. There is no difference. You get exactly the same colours inside. Not, there will be better than that though. But, you know, I do love them. And it's true what I say, when you find something you love, it is well loved, and I use it all the time. So there we go. I do have lots of watercolour palettes, to be honest with you, lots of variations of these, and I do use them. I use them all. They're all absolutely really lovely, but for some reason this has just been with me throughout the whole move, and it has really served a great purpose for me. So there we go. So let's go and do some painting. So this part here, in here, around there, is going to be cut away, and I'll show you in a second because we're creating a Christmas card today. So don't worry about anything that's in here. Turn your artwork upside down. I'm going to concentrate on round this arm, around here, around. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay some water. Now this is probably going to dry as fast as you can imagine because it's absolutely melting in here. So just pop in some water. And this is just clean, clear water on the top part of my card here. I'm putting quite a lot on because it's red hot. Just go around that heart. So you can see when you've got water down because it's shiny. Can we see the shine? So if you haven't got a shine and it's matte, it means it hasn't got enough water. So now you can spray it with a spray bottle. If you're not the most confident with the brush, if you're thinking, oh, I've got a bit of a tremor, I won't be able to get into that intricate detail, spray it with a brush. As long as the colour underneath is permanent, i.e. the black and the pink, you should be absolutely fine. So let's just move this over. It actually looks like I'm working upside down, doesn't it? Now my artwork's upside down. So because my heart is going to be pink and purple, I'm going to go with blue for the outside. So do the colours that you love. So to create the sort of like the Aurora Borealis where the light is coming through the sky, I'm just going to pounce it in here. Oh. Without getting on my hands. I don't want blue hands. Let me just take that out. So just a little tip for you then. Water, add some water on top. Give it a second to drink the water and then get your tissue and drink it out. It should take it out, hopefully. There we go, it's a little bit better. So, see, I haven't got a tremor and I still struggle. So I'm just popping this blue into this wet area where we've popped our water. I'm just going to follow all the way around, and I'm keeping my artwork on an angle, as you can see here. and that's going to give us the sort of night sky effect that you would get from an aurora borealis type style sky. So get lots of colour on, take your time with it, go round that lovely heart best you can without going in the lines, and then round the hands, and in this little recess here. And you see here the colour's not moving at all. That's because the water's dried. So all we need to do is we just need to add some more water to it so it'll start moving again. Can we see that there? So just tilt your artwork on an angle and let it do its work. Nothing fancy. So let's do purple too. So I'm going to go in purple. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to go right to the part where it's blue. I'm just going to fill in these gaps here. And I'm going to try my best not to contaminate too much with the other colour so we get definition. So I'm going to pounce it into the areas where the colour is not there. See that there? If you pop your colour down and it's struggling to move, you can reactivate it like I just did over this side with some more water, or you can spritz it with your bottle, and I will show you what it looks like when we spritz it so you can see both sides. Get lots of pigment in there if you can, so it's really dark. You see that there? If I hold it up like that. So if you're getting lines and you're thinking it's not moving around, what am I doing wrong? Just spray it with a little bit of water. She says turn it on. Oh no, has my water gone? There we go. So just spray it with a bit of water. It's thinking about it. It's making a lot of noise, but it's not doing it. Just give it a little bit of a shake. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't think you like the weather, do you? Let's try that. No, it's not liking it. So I'm just going to do it with my brush. So keep that water on there, and then at the very, very top, what we're going to do is we're going to add black, and that's going to bring the sky together. So I'm just filling in those little areas where it's dried up a little bit, and then I'm just going to mix some black here. I'm just going to pop some black in the recesses where we missed before. So we're just completing the card here. Yep, you can give it a go on stamping card, just don't oversaturate. Probably stay away from the spray bottle. Like so, just keep it going down, let the water just do its action. Don't force it, don't overthink it, because you'll put yourself under pressure. Just let it do its thing. And by the time you've added all your lovely splashes for the stars or whatever you're adding, you will really, really love it. So I'm just going to pop some black down the sides just to frame it a little bit. So that's what with everything. I think it's fair to say they don't like the heat, do they? Buffering badly. We've got something. We'll just check the connection, I think. Hopefully. So I'm not actually quite happy with that because I can't spray it with my bottle, which is a nightmare, but it's okay. I'm going to keep going with it. So again, I'm going to get, oh, that's the purple. I'm going to get this lovely blue, and I'm just going to add some more blue. And this is what's really, really cool about this sort of effect. You can layer build, you can go back on. There are no rules, just absolutely enjoy it. And then just get your water. tilt your card. There we go. So we've got, thank goodness, we've got rid of those harsh lines by absolute chance, I think. Absolute chance. So it is good if you start getting harsh lines to spray with your bottle to get rid of them, but I think I've just saved that. I just got away with it. Just going to drop some purple in as well while I can. But as long as you keep your artwork held on an angle like so, you should get a really, really good result. There we go, I'm going to leave that because when I put my white stars on there, it's going to look really, really pretty. So let's just tidy this off. So just hold your artwork in one hand and then just play. Let me just add a bit of blue over the top of this black here because it's a little bit harsh. And what you'll probably find is you start to faff then. You're thinking, oh, where's this going? And just try it off. So this is the sort of card which is one of those cards where you definitely have to see it through to the end. Because albeit I know where this is going, if you were to see that now you'd be thinking, oh my gosh, that looks horrid, I need to start again. But it's not until the end when you add your splatters for the stars and things like that, that it actually brings it all together. I'm hoping that I have actually got my gouache as well. We will see. So now this time what we're going to do is we're going to do the heart, but the heart's going to be in a different colour. So I'm just going to swap out my big fat brush for a thinner brush. And the heart's going to be in fuchsia. So again, I'm just going to wet the area around the thumb. And what we're going to do is we're going to use some of our lovely silhouette stamps in this heart too. So you can leave it absolutely painted still if you want to with just a plain coloured heart. Absolutely, you can do that, but we're just going to enhance it a little bit by adding some silhouette stamps in there. So I'll just wet the whole area there. Let's get some of this lovely so the colour will only go where you've popped water. So if it starts running like that, don't think, oh, it's going to run out of the heart. It won't. It will only go where you've put the water. So just get some nice colour down. I'm going to go fuchsia and purple on this one because we've lost a bit of the purple in the background there. And then pick up some of this nice, I think it's blue. I'm going to swap that one out. Let's go this one. Like so. So let's pounce it round his finger. Just making sure I get rid of all that watercolour card so it's framed. There we go. I'm going to leave, in fact, just get rid of that harsh purple blob up there, just bring it around a little bit. There we go. So let's dry this one off. Let me just fill in this little gap here because I've got, I haven't taken the blue right to, oh, I hope it doesn't bleed. Oh, there we go. Silly me. But anyway, I'm just filling in that little gap. It will dry back. There we go. So let's blast this one off with our gun. And then this is where the fun begins, where we can start to make a scene and make it, you know, look super, super arty. There we go. Stop bleeding out. So let's dry this one off. And it always dries back lighter, remember. I did do a demo with the North Pole stamp. On TV, yeah. I don't think have I done one? Yeah, I have done one in studio. I think the best thing to do is just go to the video feed and all the pictures, have a look through the pictures because they're not as of yet named. Right, so let's grab our scissors and we're going to take away this part of the card here. So I'm just going to follow the hand up, take away the bit that we haven't coloured. So I've got like a freestanding set of hands. Make sure your artwork's dry before you grab your scissors though, because you'll end up with mucky paw prints. Take that heart right down there. Any questions? Let me just check. Am I missing anything? Don't know. This is what happens, you see, when I have a good time. I do miss people's comments. So we've got this sort of effect now. That looks cool, doesn't it, hey? Different already. My craft room, I have been titivating, is that the word, today. It's coming on fab. I said I didn't have a lot of stuff, but when you come to put it in drawers, I do have quite a bit of stuff. Probably not as much as you guys at home, but yeah, I'm thinking, where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put that? And it is a very small craft room. I bet you're all expecting this big open, like this room that I'm in now is actually bigger than my little craft room. It is a little craft room. It's just a little gallery with a chair, a table. I've got my drawing board and a couple of drawers, my pens. I'll show you. It's going to be super cool, I know that. Right, so let's crack on with this card. So what I want to do is I want to put some silhouettes in this lovely heart here. So I'm going to use the lovely silhouettes from the Old Time Postage collection, but you can use whatever you've got in your stash, maybe some trees if you've got some trees. So it's just a case of deciding which one. So I'm just going to get my stamp out. And then I'm just going to sort of like decide by laying it on. That looks nice with just the one flower there, doesn't it? See this one here. Or we could do, oh, decisions. I think I like that, just single one there, like that. Mind you, that looks quite good. Let's go for the big one. So I'm just going to pop it back in my Eureka here. Surely my craft room is nothing like yours. Please do not expect an emporium like yours, because it's just not going to happen. Oh, crikey, I've seen your craft room. So let's think about where I'm going to put this. So it's got some lovely leaves on this one too. So I'm trying to see if I can get the leaves in. let's just go there, hey. So as you can see, the stamp is actually going to encroach onto my hand, so I'm going to have to cover that off. So let's just pick up the stamp first. And then all I'm going to do is I just grab a piece of scrap card or paper, whatever I've got in my stash. This one will be fine. And then where's my scissors? Now you can do this properly, i.e. stamp out the hand, cut it out, lay it on and use it as a mask. But for speed, I'm just going to go like so. It's only a small stamp. So I'm just going to mask off where I think the stamp is going to hit anywhere else. Like so, just have a look. It's going to hit my thumb there, so I'm just going to curve that off a little bit. Have a look now. You're probably thinking you are a crazy lady. Hey, the things we do for love. There we go. So now I know, hopefully if those pieces of card stay in stock, that when I stamp this one it should be absolutely fine. So fingers crossed this turns out quite pretty. It will work with a stencil, just bear in mind you need to mask off like I've done with this. Give it a good old push down, make sure I get, because it's watercolour card too, so there's a little bit of grain on there, hopefully. Hey, look, that looks good, doesn't it? Just going to move this out a little bit, and this out a little bit. Just try and get those detail on those little. And then what we're going to do, there we go. So because I haven't quite connected it down here, I can pop that back in my pen. So I'm not overly concerned about that one. Great tip for you though, if you have a white gel pen, you can add highlights onto the flowers and it sort of gives it dimension, as if the light's coming on. This dries back lighter too. Okay, so let's get arty. So I have this piece of black card here, and this is going to be mounted onto here, look, with a nice pretty black border. So this space here is where my sentiment's going to go. So let's just pop this back in here. Just going to see, I'm only popping it in place just to see where I need to pop my stamp, roughly. And then I have a set of Christmas stamps. These are our last year's ones, and I just like this Christmas blessing one here. I'm going to do it in white on here. But you can use any Christmas stamps you've got in your stash though. You don't have to have these ones. I just like the font on this one. Hopefully it'll fit in this space. There we go. And what I'm going to do, that was just by chance, absolutely. Take that off. And then let's heat emboss this one in white. So anti-static bag if you are heat embossing. And then we're just going to sticky ink pad. And then we'll get some white embossing powder. And then you get a beautiful Christmas sentiment on there. Those, I'm thinking that's white embossing powder, those little splodges. It must be from another creation I've made. It's a good job splashes go on everything, isn't it, I make. So let's heat set this one. So get your gun hot. when your gun's hot for about 20 or 30 seconds. Clean that brush. And as soon as it's hot, you can go straight on, the powder will instantly change, go a bright, bright white. And you can see, really, really pretty. So now let's have some fun. Let me just grab my gouache. So let's move that out of the way, let's bring in our hands. So all I'm going to do is just pop some on my mat here, some white gouache. Now you can use your white in your watercolour pans, you can use a gel pen, you can use your acrylics, there's so many things you can use. You can use a white pencil, glitter and glue, yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to find a appropriate brush. Just have to go with this one. So just going to mix this down. As you can see, I've mixed it with blue water, so it's got a tinge of blue in there, but it's fine. So I'm just getting a nice consistency on there. Now there are a few ways you can do your splats. The higher you go, the bigger the splats, the smaller, the closer. You can still buy last year's messages. They're under Christmas stamps. So if you go to stamps, then under Christmas stamps, they will be there. So here we go. And again, bearing in mind that these splats dry back way, way lighter. So I'm really going to go to town if I can. I'm just covering my work with my hand because I'm bone idle and don't have a mask. But you do create yourself a mask if you want one. Can see already now, can we see that there? Just so I can get closer to that heart. So when I dry this now, it's going to practically disappear. And that's why I end up getting cramp doing it. Because I really do like to go to town, can we see that there? So let's just dry it off and show you how different it looks when it's dry. Coffee, coffee. So let's add some colour now, so colour splashes. So I love doing my splashes. So I'm going to get some of the lovely blue. Make sure, I've just nearly done it myself there, that your brush is absolutely clean of the gouache. Because if you mix it with your watercolours, you get a different consistency and it dries differently too. So make sure you absolutely use either a different brush or you clean off the one that you've been using. I'm just getting rid of that colour that I've mixed with the acrylic. There we go. So I'm giving it a nice mix on there, look. And then the same, exactly the same, I'm going to use the same piece of card. So if you think about it, that blue, this blue that I'm putting on now, is exactly the same blue that we used for our background. And look how different in colour they are. So that's why I do encourage you to absolutely go for the splats. I'm just going to dry that one. you see how it's pretty much disappeared, look. Not very many now, is there? So I'm just going to tidy my station here, and then we're just going to grab my gel pen and I'm just going to outline my heart so it stands out, so it stands proud. If you're not confident in outlining, don't do it. That's all I will say to you, because if you're going to do it and then you're going to think, oh, I haven't done that very straight, don't do it. Just leave it. You don't have to do this stage. And I would probably gel pen around this a couple of times to get the true white. Give it a second or two to dry, and it just stand proud, that's all. You can go around it and make it thicker or thinner. I've got a little hump on there. There we go. So let's get this card looking something like. So let's clean our sentiment off. And this is going to wrap around here. As soon as you mount it on that black, look how different it looks. As soon as you pop it on the black, it's absolutely crazy. Let's go, let's raise it. So pop some pads all the way around here, look. Quite a few pads. I do like a lot of pads, so I don't want it to sink. It's watercolour card, so it has got a few humps and bumps in there. So it's better to add more than not enough. Just get some more. And they're a right old bunch, this lot, let me tell you. Right, so let's take all the pads off. You can tell it's warm, can't you? Pads are coming straight off. I'm just going to have to stand up to make sure I do this straight. Sorry about the head. So I'm just going to lean over. And then this one is going to go flat onto here. Give that a second or two to grab his glitter card, so just give it a second. Now you could colour the hands, but I think the hands look nice in white. But you could colour them. I think it's just down to personal preference. Maybe paint the fingernails if you wanted to. Paul, you are young. That's young. Mind you, Nathan's young too. I've received some lovely Craft Academy cards again today, guys. You all make me cry, it's a nightmare. And you could pop some sparkles, but I'm going to leave it as is because it's an arty card. So there we go. I'm just going to stand that one up for you. So I just move everything out of the way. All of my mess, the chaos, the drama, all for one card. And this is why I say if you're making one, make three, because it's all out anyway. There we go. There we go. So it could have done with the outline being a little bit straighter, and I'll tidy it up after the show. But something a little bit different. Do you like it? You don't have to 3D the hands off. Don't pop the pads under if you don't want to. Something, it's just having fun with your paints, I think. And that's the only way you're going to learn is if you get the paints out, add some water and play with them. Okay? I do encourage you to make sure you have a spray bottle though. You do get a little bit of a better effect than that one. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Don't forget to pop a comment on it under the video when we've gone off live. Thank you so much. Oh, people, you really like that one. Give it a go. Yeah, absolutely, give it a go. You don't have to have the heart stamp. Maybe have some trees and paint around the trees and things like that, can't you? When am I back on CNC again? A week on Friday with a new launch. Exciting. So a week on Friday, and then, oh, that's just reminded me actually, I just have some really good news for you. On the 18th of July, I'm celebrating 8 years on Creating Craft. 8 years? Where's that gone? My gosh. Yeah, we're celebrating 8 years on Creating Craft, and we're going to have a birthday, and we're going to be on TV for 4 days with new products. And I'm going to be doing a big giveaway too. So that's going to be super cool. 8 years, I know. Where's time gone? But anyway, so that's what's coming from. That's what's coming from us at Stamps by Me. So we've been working hard on that one. But no, I'm not telling the surprise. No, that's not the surprise. No, the surprise is even better than that. In my opinion, the surprise is even better. So that's it. That's all I'm telling you. I will see you all tomorrow at 1 o'clock for something. I don't know. What shall we do? Pop a comment under the live video and let me know what you'd like me to do, because we've got free reign because this is the last day of this stamp. We start the new one on Monday. Whatever you're doing, stay safe. I won't say stay cozy because it's red hot. I will say though, make sure you get some sun cream on if you're out in the garden. Protect that skin. Okay, and have a lovely evening. See you all later, everyone. Bye.